Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for the tremendous support with the PTG show. If you are enjoying these episodes and want to help with the progress and development of this program and connect with like-minded, hungry paintball players, then head on over to ptgpodcast.com, click the orange Patreon link, and become a member of the PTG World Discord chat room. And now back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram at Lone Wolf PB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community.
What's going on, PTG Nation? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have an absolute riot of a show. This was incredible. We have Mikki Mase and his brother Mark. The two have been making massive waves in the paintball world as of recent. You guys might know Mikki from outside of paintball. He is a professional gambler and quite a riot, quite a fun individual, and he's trying to climb the ranks now in the professional scene. His brother plays semi-pro for Ology, and we have some cameos, RIFF RAFF, some, famous people. It's a pretty cool episode, pretty awesome. I'm not going to ruin any more surprises, but you definitely want to tune in. There's some breaking news in this show. It is amazing for paintball. Without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. Though Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Yeah, buddy, you know what time it is. PTG episode number 234. We have none other than Mikki Mase and Mark, his bro. Two amazing individuals who have fallen head over heels for paintball, and it's great to see you guys doing major things. We got some crazy news to talk about actually on the show. And if you didn't know about Mikki, this dude is living that life. That one life, you know what I'm saying? He's living it to the fullest. Congrats on all the success. He's everywhere, and you've become like a really big figure in culture, and it's amazing to see you in paintball, man. It's such a blessing to have you in the sport. So we're stoked to see you guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. If I seem out of character, it's because I'm very excited right now. I'm in the middle of doing. You know who Neon is, the live streamer?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of doing his live stream right now. Actually, like those are my bodyguards behind me. Or there's one.
Let's go, boys.
Because we got so many people. So him and RIFF RAFF. So I'm actually wearing. This is Neon's AP. This is RIFF RAFF's AP. They're playing one-on-one basketball in my basketball court right now for the watches. So I'm the escrow account.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, in case you forget what time it is, you know what I mean? You're like, all right, I got it over here, I got it over there.
RIFF RAFF doesn't even tell time. It said bust down of his face. Look, that's it.
Let him know, Riff.
Yeah, so like that's why you see like all these people. So I apologize, but these are some of the bodyguards. Because when we cut off here, we have to go do more live streaming, and these two guys got to be with me everywhere. So
yep, busy.
Yeah,
nice.
You cooking,
but
man.
I'm gonna see like they're here. So I got Neon and RIFF RAFF and Bryce Hall here. I'm gonna see if they walk by. I'll tell them to say hello.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, it's amazing to see you at the paintball tournaments too. I know you were just out at World Cup in November, and that was your first World Cup ever. What was your take on that whole experience?
It was cool, man. So when I first came into it, I sort of got put on this team for D2, right? Now, I had played competitively when I was like a kid, and like even that is like almost an embellishment. Like competitive, I'm gonna use that word loosely. I took it serious, I'd rather say.
Yeah.
But for a short while, a couple years or whatever. And then my brother, right? So Mark had kept on his whole life, and he had lived with me for a little while in LA. He went to Seattle, and I was like, bro, I want to spend more time with you. How do we hang out? And he goes, all my days off I spend playing paintball. So if you want to be around me, you got to meet me at the field.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do that, but I'm not coming to the field to sit on the sidelines. I'm gonna start playing again. And I took it real serious right away. Mark got me linked in with, all you, like Tyler, you've been following me for even before you knew I played paintball.
Yep.
And I took it real serious. And Mark will tell you, like, I was out there training with everybody. I play on like the aftermath line for practice down at ASG. I get in with Mouse and Rainey, and I'm sure I'm forgetting people. Joe Barrett. All these people took a hold of me right away and got me as sharp as I could, as fast as I could. I'm on D2 line. And Cup was so cool because when I came onto the team, it was almost like both the team owner and myself, without really saying it, we can kind of tell that they almost brought me on as like this like celebrity figure, like this influencer or something, like all the benefit I'm going to bring the team. And I was okay with that because they were giving me a shot for somewhere that maybe was above the caliber I truly earned. And as I played World Cup, I proved myself. I mean, I ended up being on the starting 5. I played every point. We unfortunately lost. Yeah, we lost by 1 point on Saturday, but we could have really gone on and done some more damage if we didn't make one error on our last point. But it was
was that like the top 16? I think at World Cup for the divisionals, Saturday is like a single elimination. That's not prelims, right?
Yeah. So I think somebody told me that my team got 12th at World Cup in D2. I don't actually know how that's calculated. I'm not.
Dog, that's your first tournament. Like, that's World Cup. This ain't some regular tournament either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Mark,
I had a good time.
Hell yeah, Mark, what's it been like? I mean, being able to play with your bro and like build that relationship together on and off the field.
It's truly one of the coolest things that I never thought I'd be able to experience again. It makes me so happy. It makes our whole family happy that we get to pretty much do this together, and my girlfriend knows that. Again, I spend a lot of my time playing paintball, which obviously takes away from my family time. And so for it to create more of a family environment is so fantastic, because then, I get to take my girlfriend and the kids, to events, or they're coming to Las Vegas and the whole family's going to be there, so we get to do this whole thing together. It's not just me going out on my own and her kind of being like, okay, cool, have fun, so it's awesome. And spending time with Mikki is it's just truly phenomenal to be able to just like rebuild like in this experience that we had when we were children, and just kind of grow from it again. It's awesome.
Nobody leaves the game forever, man. We talk about it all the time. We always have people that have just gotten back into the sport. They're like, I played growing up, real life got in the way, so I took some time off, but things are going well now and I'm back. I'm back in full force. It's just it's a special game, man, because you can play with your family, you can play with your parents, your kids, your wife, your girlfriend. Like it doesn't matter. The gun's a great equalizer, right? So it's something you could all go out and have a great time doing together.
Yo, were you there, Marcelo, when I played against Dynasty like 2 weeks ago at ASG?
I was there Saturday, so you must have played against them Sunday.
I played, Sunday.
Yeah. Damn, dude. No, I wasn't able to make it. That was actually the first practice I've ever missed. I was it was kind of a bummer. Had some, literally ever, dude. But had some personal stuff going on, so I had to be home. But damn, you played against the boys?
Yeah.
You messed them up or what?
Well, you take a guess. Come on.
Ooh, Mikki getting the snake. Shoot. Did you shoot Ryan?
I actually went up the center, and I got shot in my front and my back at the same time. Shout out to
That center was brutal too. There was a lot of action going on in that center.
I had to. So this I had with 1 point I played against you guys. Well, not you, but I remember I was in the center, like I was in the Charlie. And I was looking snake way, but I was shooting heads up off break. So whoever from Dynasty got in snake got in before I seen it, because I'm shooting headway off break, heads up off break. And when I go into the Charlie, I'm just shooting the gap, between basically coming to the God or from back to snake. But I didn't know he was already in there. So I know Harrison's on D side. I hear him rushing forward, and so bad I just want to turn and shoot. But they're like, you got one job. Your job, stay on snake. And I'm like, I'm just going to take it in the back, But I didn't know he was already in snake, so I took it both ways.
Dog, paintball is brutal like that.
Yeah, the middle's really tough too. When you're really far up in the middle of the field, it's so important to use your ears, and your teammates have to give you that information. Like if somebody saw them go into the snake, that's crucial information that somebody need to give to you, because it changes the zone that you're watching. You know what I mean? Obviously, you learn that lesson, but that happens all the time. Like you get up, and you're supposed to lock off a zone, but if the other team already went through that gap, you're gonna get blown up. It's only a matter of time.
I don't know if you heard, Tyler. You know that I ball though, right?
Dog, I know you ball in every way imaginable. Yes, yes.
Yeah, facts. I see you training with Rainey during the week sometimes. So,
That's right.
he usually goes on Thursdays. I'll probably be out there next Thursday. So I don't know. Where do you live?
I live in LA.
Okay. Well, shoot, maybe come down next Thursday. Get some drills in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to spend as much time down there as I can before Vegas. I'm just trying to get the time in. I have like so many high IQ, like all you guys like on my team, like in my head, but a lot of it just is like muscle memory. I just need more hours on the field.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, repetitions, just reps out there. And then I mean, you can damn near see through the bunkers at a certain point where you're just hearing it. You're hearing it all. You're hearing the matrix, and you're able to like read the codes that are out there from your team, from the opposition, whoever's coming against you, and start to like really make good moves off all that. So we're stoked to watch your journey, Mick. It's going to be sick, man. And Vegas is about to be popping off. It's going to be Yonkers out there. We got the award show. We've got some big news that you guys are breaking as well. So I guess we might as well just dive straight on into it, and you guys can tell the world what you've been working on.
Yeah, I got you. So just for anyone who is unfamiliar, right? So Mark plays semi-pro, and he's such a killer out there. And he's the only reason I play paintball or in any form is involved in paintball anymore in my life. And it's been a blessing.
Shout out his team name. We got to shout out the team.
Yeah,
Ology.
Shout out Ology. That's right.
Oh, what? You're playing on Ology?
Of course,
Damn.
all season. Run it back for 24.
Yeah.
Were you with them? Was it last year or the year? They played last year, right?
Yeah, yes. 23 was our first season.
Okay, and you were with them then? Damn. So you've been with the boys. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. You guys have a squad this year. Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll be playing against my Wrecking Crew team, so it's gonna be competitive.
It will be very competitive.
Well, I got Bryce. I don't mean to interrupt. I got Bryce Hall walking past. He's gonna say what up.
Hey, what up, bro?
Top two, like
Let's go, baby.
Pros, fire. They're incredible.
All right, so I don't want to play paintball with you.
Yeah,
no, you do want to play with us. You want to be on our squad.
Yeah, we rolled.
We'll form. We got 5 right here. We got 5 right here, bro. We got 5 right here. I bet we could do some damage in the semi-pro division. That's 5.
Yeah, he said he's down.
Nice.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, that's what it's all about right there. It's all about like this whole brand that we're building. PTG is for the culture, and this like what you're doing for the culture of this sport is going to be huge. And we got to talk about this piece you got on, dog. This thing is like
I know. I'm about to go take mine off.
Dinner plate.
Let me get it close to the camera.
Got with my
got
33.
a dinner plate. What is this? Yo. That's insane. Oh, that's Raff's. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Raff because he was playing 1v1 with Neon. So
yeah,
I had to hold both their watches as escrow, and then he gave me the strings. You don't want to play them.
That's too heavy.
They just finished playing while we started. So.
Oh, who won? Who won?
They played 2 matches. The first match, well, it's already it's live stream, so you can see it. Neon lost 15-2 the first one. And the second one,
not bad.
So Neon lost. So they bet these watches. So Neon lost the AP. So these are both riffs now. And then they played the second match while we started this, like right before. I'm sure they put a handicap on it, but I know that Neon put up one of his submariners, one of the Rolexes back for his AP. I don't know who won. There must be a handicap.
That's crazy.
It must be a handicap.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and for everybody that doesn't know, Mark and Mickey are doing some crazy stuff for the paintball world, and they're going to be working pretty closely with a lot of the teams and growing a certain aspect of the game. So kind of tell us how this all came about. Like, how long have you guys been working on this, and what is it going to be exactly that you're debuting?
All right, so what had happened was because Mark's semi-pro and he wants to go full-time pro, he's always trying to spend more hours on the field, but he works so much, right? And so once I got back into it, I started seeing, I'm like, bro, why don't you come down to LA, like play with us here, like all these, play with Aftermath and all this stuff, like get more hours. He's like, I can't take off of work. I was like, bro, you have to find a way to make money from paintball so you can stop your other job and just play full time and go pro. That's your passion, and he's so close and he has the skill, you know what I mean? So I was like, bro, you got to find a way. And we were thinking, he had came up with a few ideas, and some of them are pretty cool, but they're a little challenging, I thought. So I started thinking about it. And as I got in the culture, I was like, everyone's talking about gambling and paintball. And I go, if there's anybody that can be like an intermediary, like somebody who can just connect some dots between paintball and gambling, probably it's me, right? I almost was forced to take that on. And I started thinking, what if there's a way I can connect Mark to a casino so they can offer gambling full-time in a paintball? And that's exactly what we did. So I know these guys, they own this casino. I'm not here to promote the casino. I'm not here to do any of that stuff, but I know the guys, I trust the guys, and they allowed me like a way to kind of do what I wanted. They allow me to audit their stuff, so I know they're fair. They don't cheat. They allow me access. I talk directly to all of them on a regular basis. It's like very easy for me. And when I said, hey, like I want to do some stuff that's good for the people, not just good for you, they go, what'd you have in mind? And I go, I want you to add gambling into paintball and give all the players an opportunity to make money while playing paintball. And I connected Mark to this company called Kirgo, and they're live. And I guess this is the I think this is the official announcement,
This is
for
it.
paintball. Yeah, this is it right here.
Announcement. Let's go.
As of today, as of today, you can now gamble on paintball, and you can do it from the palm of your hand on Kirgo.com. Do your thing. I don't know. I know there's like a bunch of things you can bet on. I think Mark would know better than me because his finger's on the pulse more than I am.
This is live right now. I could go right now to Kirgo.com.
Yeah, you can go on Kirgo.com right now.
And I could gamble.
Yeah.
Paintball.
Yeah, I know that they're fully licensed, fully legal. So depending on where you are, there are some geographical restrictions.
Oh, yeah. I'm in Cali. I'm restricted. I can't do anything in Cali.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'm not in any way encouraging or promoting or telling you to do this, but just as a professional gambler, when people want to gamble online from restricted areas, there is in the gambling community, a workaround. People use VPNs.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not encouraging it. I also can care less. It doesn't matter to me. But like in the gambling world, people do that. Like just like with like Stake and all these other websites, it's what they commonly do. But if you're not in a restricted area, yeah, you can go right now and just gamble.
Now, what kind of things can you bet on? And that's
because it's a full casino. They have blackjack, baccarat, roulette, slots. They also have a full sports book. They got every sport on there: hockey, NBA, football, whatever. But they also were the first to ever have paintball. I know. I don't like know because I'm not the one that did it, but I looked at it. Mark asked me a lot of questions. Like, Mark's the paintball guy. I'm just like a gambling guy. So I remember they asked me. I think what they have. Don't quote me because this could be wrong.
Sure. Yeah.
I think they have match winner, first point, first kill, match winner with a handicap, tournament winner, prelim, which teams make it through prelims, which teams make it through quarters, which teams are in the finals, something like that. It's pretty expansive. But I know they asked me a lot of like how to set odds questions, and I have no idea. But I do know like they basically said, they're making up this data in thin air, essentially, because no one's ever done paintball. So as the events unfold through the whole season and they compile more data, they will open even more betting lines, more markets, more things. Like who's going to have the most penalties? By the way, my money's on Harris.
Let's go.
But honestly, you could credit everything to Mark 100%. Like I'm only the guy that Mark calls and is like, hey, like I have a gambling question, trying to have this implementation of paintball. Everything is Mark. I know that Mark even is the guy who came up with the idea on how to pay all the players, like exactly how it works, semantics. I know that he's already onboarded a few teams. Marcelo, I think, I don't know if Ryan told you, but he's already got Dynasty onboarded. So all you guys may get money.
He did message the owners group about it. Yeah, I know we're supposed to talk about it. I was curious, what exactly that meant. So, these teams, is it like we have a code and people that gamble through that, a certain percentage goes back to the team or whatever, whatever the code is? How does that work?
I'm not sure exactly. Luckily I don't have, that's not my job.
That's not your job. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark will find out the exact details as it unfolds. Cool. He onboarded a few of the pro teams already and a lot of the players, all the podcast stuff like that. But I'm sure like if you haven't got the call from Mark yet, Mark's the one that's going to be calling every single player and doing it. Like I know that he had a lot of pressure. He's never been on a podcast, stuff like this, so he's
crushing it.
He's like, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what to say. And I'm like, it's all right, bro. I'll talk for us both. No problem.
Dude, you're crushing. We actually got to get you dialed in with paintball stats. There's this new paintball stats infrastructure that's being built right now that is tracking some really impressive stats. And I'm sure there's a way that we can marry that together.
Absolutely. NXL is too. NXL, yeah, right now it seems like a lot of stats are coming alive. So that's fantastic for obviously gambling. It's good for the sport, for storytelling. The NXL has, points won, kind of like a win percentage thing. So how many points your team wins when you're on the field versus when you're not on the field, that kind of stuff I'm sure can all be implemented. But yeah, I mean, this is all great timing.
Yeah, I think it's cool, man. It's a way to get everybody paid and help my brother quit his regular job so he can spend the hours to go actually pro.
Dude, that's amazing. And,
and
you've been working hard, training hard. You also ran with Seattle Cartel. Are you still running with them as well?
It's so, man, Mike. Yeah. So there's a little story with that. All some of my best friends till right now. The only issue is I promised them. So my girlfriend had asked me because I was playing WC last year and the NXL last year. So she asked me respectfully, obviously, can you only play one series? I said, of course, no problem, no questions asked. Yeah. So then I said, no problem. I'm going to play the NXL with Ology. Let's try to go. Give it one more year. Let's go. And so I told Cartel, I said, guys, I can't play with you. And it hurts a lot because I love playing with them. We just won Division III WCPPL last year. We won the whole series. And so that was pretty awesome. Yep.
Congrats.
And
congrats, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Incredible.
That's a competitive league, man. That, I coach all over the country, and the WC is definitely the most competitive, especially like Division III, Division IV. It's the most competitive in the country. So that is, to win the whole series is definitely no easy feat.
Yeah. Thank you. It was definitely a wild ride. It was pretty intense, and we pulled it out, and it was incredible. So so then Ology basically was like, maybe we're gonna play the WCPPL, and I said, okay, let's go. So now I'm no longer playing with Cartel, and I broke my promise to my girlfriend. I love you very much. And
are you breaking that news on the show here too? Does she know yet?
No, she knows. And she's very supportive. She's truly the best woman I've ever had in my entire life. And she's given me the most beautiful daughter I could ever imagine. And
dude,
awesome.
Congrats.
She's very supportive of it. She understands the goal, and we're here to do everything we can for it.
Dude, we got the boys over here with Mikki.
Yeah, I love it. So, dude, I'm really intrigued, and I want to hear more about this. Kiergo.com and gambling, if you don't mind. Mark, it sounds like you might have some.
Yo, I got Neon here to say hi.
Let's go.
We're live streaming right now.
Hey, we're live too, boy. Let's go. Shout out.
I just lost a lot of money, but I love you guys.
Hey,
we love it.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, I got to give it to Raff. I'm the escrow.
That's escrow, bro. Yeah, that's escrow.
Damn.
Got to make sure you don't run off with it,
Yo, that's crazy. That is so crazy.
I'm really sorry. Is there anything else we needed to get into? I got to do a little something on the computer with these guys. Is there anything else you needed before I go? Paintball is live. You can gamble on it. Kiergo.com.
Okay. I do have one thing for you. You got to bring Riff Raff on the show if you get a chance. Like, try to swing back by.
Hold on, let me call for him.
All right.
Oh, he's in the shower right now.
Yeah. Hey,
get him. Get him.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't know how to get him out of the shower. But yeah, so that's breaking news for paintball. Mark's got everything handled. He's the one managing all the relationships with all the players and the teams and the casino and whatever he's doing. Nice. But it's live now, and you can gamble on it. And I will be playing in Vegas. I'm playing D2 again just to get my feet a little bit wetter, go semi-pro. And I heard that either Heat or Dynasty is holding tryouts soon or something like that. And
it's a done
invite
deal.
Only, bro. So show us what you got. Show us what you got. Mikki, if you don't have to go right this moment, or if you do, maybe we'll have you back on at some point. But I definitely wanted to talk to you about your gambling career too. And what that looks like, how you got into that, and how, where that turning point was when you were a kid or whenever it was, where you said, this is what I'm gonna do full time. And then somehow you beat the odds in the damn casino. It seems like more times than not,
Yeah. No problem. And I'm so sorry. I'm not rushing. I'm going to give you some time. If you guys want, I'll even come back. I don't mind. However you want to do it. Here's Riff Raff. Oh, you want to say hi right now?
The boys are wildin'.
Come say what up.
Yo, run it. Run it.
Yo, the hair looks good, bro.
There it is.
Wow.
Let him know, baby.
That is some riff raff.
Yeah, and he just ran it up. The boy took him down. Let's go.
So the short version, and again, I'm so sorry. I don't in any way mean to be rude, and I'm so happy to come back on and give you undivided attention when no
100%.
one's here. But the short version of how it happened with gambling was, when me and Mark were growing up, we grew up in a neighborhood that was rich Jews and mobsters. So like underground gambling was super prevalent. Our whole family gambled super heavy. I grew up in like New York City card rooms Monday through Thursday, and Friday through Sunday I was in Atlantic City with my grandparents. So I'd been around gambling, and so had Mark since we were really little. Mark tried to get into the scene with like me and my gambling friends, but he just didn't have the gambling bug. Thank God, because I think it's super terrible, and I don't think anyone should gamble. For the record, don't gamble. Like I don't think you should. Most people lose. It's a losing proposition, just to be clear. But I had kind of kept on. My life had hit some like troubled areas a lot, all by my own volition. You know, I could have chose a much easier, gentler path to success. I decided none of that was for me, and I rebelled, and I was a troublemaker. Eventually, my life came around. I cleaned myself up, stopped acting like an idiot all the time, and I started some businesses. Well, first I had a regular job, and then that job that I worked in, I grew up the ranks, and I started my own business doing the same. And that point, I had like some extra change in my pocket, so I'd spend a lot of time gambling, and I just loved it. I was just a degenerate gambler. I was not a winning gambler. Like, yeah, maybe like I won more than I lost, like a little bit, or you know, I'd go in with high expectations of winning. But the truth is, like, it wasn't my career. I didn't pay my bills from gambling. It was actually, there's tons of bad times. Like I lost a lot of times. I couldn't pay my rent some of the times. You know, there were struggles. And I just made more money through business, and I had more money to gamble. I sold my companies when I was in my mid to late 20s. I was based in Miami, greater Miami area. And I moved to LA. And when I moved to LA, I would go to Vegas basically once a week and gamble. In the beginning, I was winning 30 to 50,000 a week, and it was just having fun. And then I bought it for another zero. I just thought, what would happen if I bought it with an extra zero? And my cash outs had an extra zero. And that was enough money to say, like, I should pay attention. I'm onto something. And I started really dissecting how I played, what hands helped me, what hands won and what hands lost. Why did I think I was winning? Why did I think I was losing?
What game do you play the most?
Well, I made the most money playing Baccarat, but it's because they let me bet $250,000 a hand. So in blackjack, I could bet 75K a hand in a shoe game and 50K a hand in a double deck game. And I prefer double deck. So I had a 5X betting limits just by playing Baccarat. And I could actually get 300K a hand, but I had an extra exposure of 2 million. And for other various reasons, it never made sense to have the $2 million additional risk. So I took the limit at $250,000 for Baccarat.
Got it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, balling. Yeah, you know, it's so funny. I play a decent amount of blackjack, nowhere near your level, but what you mentioned, just adding an extra zero, it was something I kind of figured the same thing out a long time ago. I'm like, I'm winning all these baby hands, and in blackjack, it's like you'll have a couple hands that'll really get you over the hump if you bet big enough, and you play by the rules most of the time. Every now and then go off script, but it's really about how you bet. And I've kind of done a similar thing, way less zeros than you're going with, but more than I originally was. From 1 0 to like 2 zeros. Maybe well, 3 zeros every now and then.
Yeah, the thing is, it's all relative, right? Because it's only money when you're buying in and cashing out. While you're playing, it's just units. So if I'm betting 3 units and my chips are gray, I'm betting 300K. If you're betting 3 units and they're black, you're betting 300.
But it's the same game.
We both win. We both just won 3 units.
Yeah.
So when you add the zero and play the same, your wins are equally the same. More
for sure.
But also your losses are equivalently down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We have to have a high pain threshold, and ultimately, like, gambling is a losing proposition, because even when you win, like, sure, I'm a lifetime winner, I get banned everywhere anyway, and then it comes to an end and it gets political, and there's like a lot of struggle and like headache and whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
Do they have they banned you? I don't know if you could talk about this, but have they like proved that you count cards, or that you cheat, or they're just like, dude, you're too good, you've taken too much from this casino, we're done?
I'm really sorry, guys. I have to.
You're good.
Thank you for your time. I will come back. I can do it tomorrow. Awesome. I can do it almost any other day. I'm so sorry, guys. But thank you for your time. And you guys can carry on if you'd like. I just gotta. I'm so sorry. I love you guys.
Want to talk to Mark.
And I'll see you at all the practices, and I'll see you at Vegas.
We'll see you at practice
for the tryout too.
Peace, brother. Yeah, and for the tryout.
Hell yeah. Man,
Awesome.
Yo,
what a life. Yo, hey, what's it been, Mark, like seeing your bro get this crazy amount of fame in it's been the last several years that it's really skyrocketed to where he's gambling with Drake, he's gambling with Lil Baby, he's gambling with every name
That's
under the
wild.
sun these days. What has it been like to watch that?
It's
crazy.
you know so it's very interesting, and I don't know if anybody can actually understand it. But me and Mickey were actually on the phone, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we were both just hanging out, just sitting around talking on the phone. And I said that to him because he was going through something, and I was like, "Isn't this just weird?" Like, because people ask me all the time, right? Like, I don't ever go out of my way to be like, "Look who my brother is." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So people
of
find out, they
course.
find out, it's okay, it's no problem.
Yeah.
And so obviously, little by little, people find out, and now a lot of people know right now. But
Yeah.
but so we were talking, and I was just like, isn't this just so weird? And he's like, it is. Like, I'm just your brother, And I go, I know, like, to me, you're just my brother, and it's just so interesting because he'll tell me, he'll be like, yo, check this out, or check this out, or I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I'm like, well, that sounds pretty damn cool, man, but it's so interesting. So it's for me, right? And I get more starstruck with for me, right?
Yeah.
Professional paintball player, I get more starstruck than I do with, for example, him, right? Or maybe even his friends, because for me, I spent my entire life, right? Oh,
Yeah,
this, oh,
for
that.
sure.
Now I play down the street. I play paintball on the same practice squad sometimes as Thomas Taylor.
Yeah.
So for me, that is mind-boggling. And I tell him every
Totally.
time I see him, I'm like, Thomas, this is just the craziest thing for me,
Yeah.
But for
Dude,
Mickey,
Thomas is the man. I love Thomas.
unreal, super amazing guy, and
Yeah.
couldn't be happier to be living in the same area as him. Shout
Yep.
out the Pacific Northwest, I guess.
Yes, yes. Shout out to
You
the
know,
Pacific Northwest.
And
I'm
Dub.
actually coming to Washington State this year to do a training event out there. I'm not sure. I think it might be a private one, but I will be
Okay.
in the area. Even if it is, I'll drop the field name and everything. And if you're in the area, definitely got to link up.
I will probably be in that general area. I live in Washington, so it'll work out pretty well. I guess I'll just come through. Why
Yeah,
not?
absolutely, dude. Would love to see
Yeah.
you. And I'm really looking forward to that one because I played in the Northwest early in my career for the Naughty Dogs. Major love
Yes.
to that OG organization. And they're just as legendary as like Thomas's OG organization, which was Excessive, and that whole, upbringing. So to see Thomas, who legitimately was the biggest name in paintball at the biggest time in paintball, still be at it, still be hungrier than ever and cultivating talent, like playing alongside you, Mark. And he's so hungry to help the future generations is amazing to see. So big hat,
Yeah.
tipping our hat to you, Thomas, out there.
Yeah, unreal. Especially what he does with the kids out here. It's sometimes we'll go and we'll practice against the kids that are out here, the infamous kids, and I'll tell you what, man, these kids give us a run for our money.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah, he
no
does a great
joke.
job.
Yeah, he
Yep.
has done incredible things with them.
Yeah, he's got a good camp there. And something that we like to do on the show is like dive into the grassroots of paintball for you. So I would love to know like how you first got introduced to paintball, what that looked like, if it was the infamous birthday party, or how you and Mickey both got into this sport.
I'm gonna. It's very interesting. So I was 11 and he was 13. So kind of it was his birthday party, but it was actually his bar mitzvah,
Ah,
which is
okay.
the same but kind of different,
Yeah.
right? So we got the birthday story to a degree. So it's
Yeah.
his bar mitzvah. He was turning
Hey,
13,
it's a party.
and
It's a
it's a
party.
party. I'll tell you what, it was a good time. And
Yeah.
so he said, "This is what I want to do," and my parents were not exactly
Oh,
for it, but they said, "Whatever. What is one time gonna hurt? I guess let's do it." So it was him, I, and a couple of our friends, and we went to a field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, place called Rexplex. No longer a field anymore. It was indoors. It was this huge, incredible. They had indoor soccer, indoor skateboarding. They had concerts there. They had like 2 paintball fields. It was very cool. And so we went there, and that was the first thing that I ever experienced, and it was very loud, of course, indoor fields, whatever. But it was the coolest thing
indoor
I
is
ever did.
brutal, dude. The echo
It
is
was
like
nuts.
makes it 10 times more scary. It's like if you do an indoor field, it has to be like a massive dome, and that's the only way to do it right. You know, the small like you
But
can't
then
even hear
the sound might just be delayed, but it'll still be like, you know what I mean? It'll just be going further, but it'll still be going.
Yeah, it's
I
no
think it
joke.
diminishes as it gets back to you.
I think it will a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
But
For anybody who's never played at an indoor field, I highly recommend you get the experience one time, and you determine whether or not you enjoy being full of fear or not.
Hey, he is not lying. It's a whole different experience inside of there. It's the Thunderdome.
It's a Thunderdome for sure.
In the Thunderdome.
But nonetheless, it's honestly one of the coolest experiences, because I don't know about nowadays, but when I started playing, I'm now 30, so it was 17 years ago or 18, 19 years ago, something like that. So back then there was a lot of indoor fields, and as the years have progressed, I'm pretty sure a lot of them have kind of disappeared. People have just said, screw it, let's play in the snow, you know, and so that's kind of where it is. Yeah,
and the indoor is first of all, big ups to anybody who's in the north that plays indoor and is still out there grinding in the wintertime.
Absolutely.
Because I know that's a battle. You know, it's not San Diego everywhere, baby.
No, it's just we just had a foot of snow here where I live. I was just out plowing snow all day. There's trees that were crushing cars, and we were cutting up trees and stuff. And now I got to go play paintball this weekend, you know?
Yeah, I'm flying to Baltimore in the morning, and it's like 20 degrees there right now. I'm literally gonna bring my snowboarding equipment, you know, my snowboard pants, my overalls, gloves, everything. I'm just coaching, so I don't have to play in it. But I'm like, that's brutal, dude. We don't get that kind of weather out here. The New York guys, they're like, it's not that bad. It's like, it's kind of warm. It's a warm winter day. And I'm like, you're tripping.
Anything above zero it could be worse, you know?
Yeah. They're like, it was like -17 a couple weeks ago. I'm like, everything's canceled if that's going on. Everything's canceled.
It shows who's got the heart and determination to, you know, really grit it out there, because it is painful, a little bit more painful when you get shot. The cold adds an element. I mean, the cold in general is just your limbs don't move as quickly. It changes the game in a lot of ways. So anybody out there who's training through all that adversity, keep going. It's going to pay off. And big props to you. So I want to dive into your history and like, how did the tournament side of paintball start for you? When did you start to take it seriously and want to play competitively?
So I can't exactly pinpoint when I wanted to take it competitively, but I do recall that. So growing up, my entire family is like, everything we do find some sort of sport that maybe your average person doesn't do, and we take it to the highest highs that we could possibly as an individual take it. Right. So like when we were children, my father used to race pro stock motorcycles.
Oh, sick.
And then and then my brother was born, and my mother said, maybe you shouldn't do this. We have a child now. And then so my father's like, all right, fine. And then I was born. And then so he got us into racing motocross, and we did that for a bunch of years, and we were pretty darn good, I would say.
I've seen you guys actually. Y'all can
that's
rip.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. And Mickey's a little more in tune with it these days, for sure. He's a lot more okay with just throwing his body around than I am, because I'm very simple these days. But
yeah,
you know,
he was in AZ, and they had a motocross event out here, and it was on like, I think it was around Easter. So I had all my family, and I couldn't go meet with him, but I was going to go meet him at this motocross event. And he's really been into it. He's been like on tours and going to a lot of those events.
He's no joke, man. When he goes for something, he's all in. Just like now he's here with the paintball and he's playing. And I told him, I was like, what are you going to do? You going to play? He goes, I don't know. I guess if it means spending more time with you, I might as well practice and play tournaments, play this whole series. Like, let's go. Why not? So, okay. Here we go.
He's going pro, dude. You guys are both
I think it's going to happen.
Pro. Yeah. Both
That'd be
of you are going pro.
That would be really cool.
It's so major. Yeah.
So
I love that.
So we were playing, and my mother used to take both of us, I'm pretty sure, to that Rexplex, to the field, and there was the team New Jersey Rangers, some of the Wolfpack guys and the Padres guys, I think also the Padres, but Wolfpack for sure. Some of those guys used to play for that team, And so some of those guys were there, some of them reffed, and some of them just came to play paintball. And they kind of just pretty much took me under their wing and, were teaching me, this is how you dive, this is how you hold your gun. This, I was a little bit of a slow learner, but whatever. I was learning and I was willing to learn.
What age were you at this point when this started?
Maybe 12, still 11,
wow.
12.
Early. Okay.
Yeah, I was young. Yeah, still young.
Wow.
And yep. And so we just kept practicing. And then I don't remember how, somehow, maybe through friends, I think we started. Yeah. So we started a team called the Annihilators. It's like a 3-man team or just a simple 5-man. I think it was a 3-man team. And it was
that's like an iconic old school team. Did you know that?
Nowadays I know that, but back then I certainly didn't.
Yeah, of course. Nice.
Yeah. Nowadays I wouldn't start that team. They're way above where I'm at. So it's, but yeah, so we did that. We played some local 3-man tournaments, just kind of jumped into it. I don't remember how exactly it happened.
That's how we started too, with 3-man. And I would love to see more of these like youth 3-man events pop up, because I think they're so good for getting youngsters into a format that is really digestible for them at such a young age. I know it was for me when I started when I was 11, and I was on Twisted Kids. That was our team name. And it was a coalition of us youngsters, and it was just cool to have a couple of your buddies, and you go heads up with a couple of their buddies. And it's a really fun, digestible format for being young.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I absolutely couldn't agree more. I think Thomas actually, at the field that he runs, I think he might actually have a youth 3-man thing that he does actually. It's actually, I believe so. I believe so. It's necessary around the country. You have to have it to bring the kids up, and you only need 2 friends. It's every young kid has 2 friends,
That's right. And the NXL does have a 3-man series as well. So I'm not sure if it's just for kids, or is the kids 5v5?
The kids definitely do 5v5, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a kids 3v3, so that might be something to look into, because I know it's something that all 3 of us sitting here, that's how we started. It's crazy.
Yes. Awesome.
And then you guys were annihilating everyone, right?
For sure not. I was for sure scared of getting shot, for sure scared of getting bunkered. And but I was on the field. Every time our team was called, I was on the field. I was for sure petrified every time I went on the field, but I never didn't go on the field. So when it came down to a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1, whatever it was, I was beyond scared before the point even started. But but nonetheless, we did get better, made more friends. And things did progress. And then eventually we found our way, my brother and we found our way to a field out of Old Bridge, which was called Paintball Authority, which Ron Butler owned, man. And it was the coolest field in the world. It was the Method of Destruction was the high divisional team. I think they were playing semi-pro or whatever, the MPPL had. It was MPPL days.
I remember that name. Yeah.
Unreal. He had this gorgeous field and this gorgeous pro shop with these, as a 13-year-old kid, a 12, 13-year-old kid, he had all these pro jerseys up there. And I was just idolized it. I walk in, I'm like, this is just so cool, man. And his shop, he had a window where you could be in the pro shop and look out the window and just watch everyone play paintball through this window.
Oh, that's dope.
It was really cool. He had a treehouse type thing next to us. You could go high. He was an unbelievable man and was a genius and loved paintball. He was amazing and held the greatest standards for everything.
Is he still with us?
He is not, but definitely is truly an incredible man. Yeah. And his son though did come back and started playing a little bit. I'm still in touch with him, Richie, and unbelievable gentleman as well. Nice. Great family. Yep.
Yeah, like Marcella said, once you're in the paintball family, you're never.
It's
really
forever.
Out. Yeah,
it's a lifetime thing. It just is. It consumes people, and it's one of those unique sports. And I've tried to, put my assumption as to why the paintball community is so close, and I think it's because it's such a niche sport that is so random, and most people don't understand it when you say, oh, I play paintball, that when you meet other paintball players, you kind of recognize the sacrifice and the uniqueness in them, and it's like, you play paintball? Yeah, I play paintball. We're automatically best friends. Did we just become best friends? It's like a scene out of Step Brothers. Yeah. And it really is a special community. You could you see paintball players in the airport, or you meet somebody, if they're a paintball player, it's like, dude, we connect. That's awesome. Like it's instantaneous, and it's something that I haven't seen in other sports. Maybe if paintball one day gets to, the size of the NBA or the NFL, maybe it won't be like that anymore. I don't know. But for now, it's an amazing, amazing sport, and a great community because of that. So definitely love it. And yeah, people are just hooked for life. It's one of those things, like, it truly is an escape from whatever, the good, the bad. When you're escaping things, it doesn't always mean that you're trying to escape something bad, but it forces you into this flow state to where you are so in the moment. As soon as that horn blows and people are shooting at you, it's like, that's all you're thinking about. It's a form of meditation, in my opinion. It's like active meditation. Truly feel that way. And I think that's why people feel so good when they leave after a day of paintball. You're getting exercise. You're really present in the moment. It's this unique game that, it's why all of us here have fallen in love with it. Everyone listening to this show can probably relate. They're probably sitting there going, yep, that makes sense. I felt that. It's really incredible. And that's actually part of why Tyler and I even started this damn shows, because we want to tell this story to people that don't play paintball, and we want them to be like, hey, maybe I should go try this game and go out and get hooked.
That's it, man.
100%.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I tell people at work all the time, if you guys have kids, I have paintball guns, mechanical paintball guns in my garage. And if you guys have kids and you want to take your kids to the field, by all means, you let me know. And here's a paintball gun and a hopper. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go enjoy. It's the coolest thing you'll ever do with your child. Please do.
For sure.
I know. I was actually just talking with Oliver about that, how, like, one of my dreams, my kids are still young. My oldest is 8 years old, but one of my dreams, we got the cat on the show. Perfect.
We got the cat.
Oh, there we go.
What's the name? We got to get the name.
Trooper the cat.
There we go. Yeah. Trooper.
Shout out to Trooper. So one of my dreams is to play paintball with my son someday, and he doesn't know this, but I've subliminally been training him this whole time, like, with different tactful ways that I even approach paintball in just everyday life, of how I'm helping him become a young man, and he doesn't realize what's happened, but in a couple of years, he's going to be storming those 3-man fields and being out there. And
soon. That's coming
wait.
soon, dude.
I know.
He's
really
going to be
can't
trying
wait.
out for the Team USA U16 squad before we know it.
It could happen. That's definitely a possibility, because it's just one of those things, like you said, when you're able to spend that quality time, like the way you are, Mark, with your brother Mikki, and like the way that I did with my father, Marcelo did with his father. It's one of these intangibles that you can't really put words to magnify how important it is and how much it resonates, like, on your overall character for all time as a person. And those moments are really timeless. So the thought of even being able to, like, be like, yo, Theo, you got 2 on the right, there's 1 in the middle, let's get you moving, like, or just the thought of saying that to him, and him, like, rapping and starting to shoot the middle and move, or, like, all those little nuances, gives me the chills just thinking about it. But I'm super excited for that, and it's what has drawn us all. We're all a part of this family together, and thank God, man, because it really is one of the best communities in the world for sports. There's nothing that brings people as close together that I've seen in even traditional sports or a lot of other sports the way that paintball does as our community.
100%.
And dude, your divisional journey that you're on right now is a big one, because you started playing pretty early. So what like, how long did you take a break, or how long has your divisional journey been?
So I've taken a lot of breaks, right? I have taken a lot of routes in life that I for sure don't recommend a lot of people choose. And I keep finding myself, no matter what, right? Because since I've been a child, I've had paintball, right? It's relatively cheap in comparison to the other sports that I've done. And I'm for sure not going to start wrestling again. That's way too much for me, So
dude, wrestling is brutal. Oh.
It's too much. Yeah. I can't do that.
It's brutal.
So paintball has always been there. I always know where the paintball fields are, no matter where in the country I live. And so even no matter how deep I get in these side routes of my life, whenever I come back, I always find paintball again. So I come in for a year, I go out for another year. I come in for a couple months, and I go. So I've had a lot of ins and outs, but I always know that I'm going to come back. And just about 3.5 years ago, I think it was, I had moved out to Washington, and I met somebody just run of the mill, and he was basically like, I was wearing an Empire shirt. I was hanging out. I spent a lot of time with Krista Titus,
No way.
one of my best friends in the world. I would do anything for this woman, anything.
That's crazy. Oliver was just talking about how we got to be wearing our uniform in the streets so others see us and say, hey, you play paintball, I play paintball, what's up, you know? And this is an exact moment of that. That's crazy.
Yep. And
Wow.
so I was wearing, so I know Krista otherwise, but through paintball, but I was wearing, yes, an Empire shirt, and someone just out, and someone goes, yo, you play paintball? And I go, yeah. How do you know? You know, well, you're wearing an Empire shirt. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah. Why do you play? He goes, well, I used to play, you know, and I want to get back into it. And I was like, well, that's crazy, because I want to get back into it too. And so he bought me like some stuff necessary, you know, some pants, some cleats, a jersey. He said, I'm going to pick you up on Sunday, and we're going to go to the local field, you know. And that was about 3.5 years ago, when I dove 110% headfirst into it, more than I ever did. And I went from Division 4 to 3 to semi-pro in 3 years.
Damn,
so give or
dude.
take, you know, so I'm
That's
100%
amazing.
in right now. Yeah. But I did spend, you know, all these other years in and out periodically, trying my best, but not understanding how to actually learn how to get better. So
I'm sure you were still a part of the fabric of the sport. You were watching the
Yes.
paintball, you know, following everything and being a part of the culture of the game still. So even though you weren't like physically playing during those times, your mind is invested, and that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, I'm always into paintball. It's like, just like you're saying, like, you can't get away from it. You know, like, you see people all the time, you know, in the divisionals, whatever, in the pros, and they're like, oh, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Come on, my dude. You know?
See you soon.
Yeah, exactly.
See you soon.
Exactly. And we all come back. I imagine 99% of us come back. And if we don't come back, we're still talking to the people that are still in it, because you can't actually leave, you know?
Now, Mark, earlier when you were talking about Ology, you did say you're going to give it a shot for one more season. I think you were talking about earning the pro spot. You weren't saying like this is your last season, were you?
No.
Right.
You know,
All right, because it came off that way a little bit, but then we're having this discussion. I'm like, ain't no way.
It's always one more. It's always one more. We're going to give it one more chance. Let's go, you know?
I like that. I think I'm saying that now these days too. Like, one more. We'll see.
Just one more. Just need one more, you know?
Too much fun.
Yeah.
Too much fun.
This is your first year semi-pro ever, right?
Well, so 2023 was my first year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So a couple of the guys, it was Tyler Smith. He plays on Ology.
Yep.
He runs the team, and we also have Josh Holberg.
Josh is so nasty. He was so underrated in the pro league. He truly was. But he was like, the pros knew, but you know, he didn't get a lot of you know, talk outside of the pros. He was so underrated. That dude is so nasty.
We have him now. So
yeah. Well, you had him last year too. You did have him last year too.
Yeah. He is unreal, not only on the field, but he's truly probably one of the most amazing and caring people that I've ever had the opportunity to be friends with. And he's incredible.
Let's show some love for the Ology camp, and shout out to the players that you named there. What's it like being a part of this camp, the culture? You know, talk to us about what it's been like, your experience from 23 to now playing 24 with them.
It was for me, I get kind of nervous in new situations, and I get really nervous around new people. So coming into the event, coming into the first layout weekend with the team, I was very nervous, and I didn't really know how to, you know, come into everybody. But everyone is very open, very friendly. No one was disrespectful. It's very good, loving family paintball that you would always pretty much think of through paintball.
Yeah.
But again, it all falls into my head, right? And so everything was good. And the first event, we pretty much picked up an entire squad, which I was a part of, lower divisional guys. D4, D3 guys, plus Josh and Tyler had way more experience than most of us had. And so it was interesting to find the balance of everything. But we're figuring out, you know, can we player coach? Can we coach? Can we have a coach, right? Can we just kind of
Hard.
streetball it? What are we able to do? And can we actually hang in this division? So the first event we got 15th place. We missed Sunday by, I think it was 1 point. And we were trying to figure out who could play where, this and that. So it was interesting. So we came back to the drawing board. And so the next event, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was Texas. I think event 2 was Texas.
It was. Yep.
Right. So event 2 was Texas. And we came into the layout weekend. And the guys were basically like, this is the goal. And this is the goal that we need to accomplish game plan wise. Can we accomplish it? And we kind of just all looked at each other and we said, 100% we will accomplish this goal. No questions asked. And so we bonded together. Even now we're in event 2. We're coming in deeper and we're all in the group chats. It was nice to get to know another group of guys that I didn't think I'd ever have the experience or the pleasure of being able to be with guys like this,
And they're hungry. They want to win.
Very hungry. Yes, exactly. And so we came into event 2 and we got 6th place. We were doing very good. And then we came and we played Blast Camp, who did better for sure. Blast Camp was no joke. And they definitely showed us that,
Yeah. Blast Camp and Fit, they, Blast Camp got 2nd place all year, but still to get to the finals in every single event is such a difficult thing to do, on Sunday, anything could happen with those top teams. All those teams have earned their right to Sunday, so they're playing the field mostly well. They usually have some experience. They obviously have skill. So to be that consistent for both those teams is definitely an incredible feat. And actually Blast Camp and Fit, both teams, but the Vegas team that I was coaching last year played semi-pro in Chicago and at World Cup, and in Chicago got beat by Blast Camp, and at World Cup got beat by Fit on Sunday. But it was just like, they were just, you could tell they just have that experience and poise and had been doing it for a few seasons. It takes time to get there.
Yep. Listen, people can say whatever they want about Blast Camp, but I will 100% say they are no joke.
Oh yeah.
And they're coming. They're hungry. They know what they need to do, and I think they're going to accomplish everything that they want.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They have such a great facility to train at, and they're all really tight knit up there in Chicago. It's definitely one of the best fields in the country. I mean, Blast Camp has one of the best parks with multiple fields, one of the coolest recreation aspects you could find at a park as well, with it's like an old abandoned bunker. That's why they call it Blast Camp, because it's like this military bunker. So it's a really cool spot.
So Mark, again, because I'm so intrigued by this, I don't really talk about it often, but I do love to gamble. I love sports betting. I love playing blackjack. It's always been something that I dabble with for fun.
It's pretty good at it too.
I'm okay at blackjack. I'm okay at blackjack. It's the only game I'll play in the casino, but I'm pretty decent at it. But sports betting, I'm not so good at. Those are like always fun things. I do these little parlay. It makes the games interesting, right? And that's why for a long time I've said gambling for paintball or, any sort of fantasy sports for paintball would be huge for the game because it engages people. It gives people another reason to care, right? During a football season, I only watch most of the games because I have fantasy players that are on these other teams, or I have money riding on if, Burrow's going to throw for over 350 yards. Like that's what engages me, right? I have my favorite teams. I'll always watch their games, but all the other games I typically wouldn't watch if there wasn't a reason to. So kind of diving back into this, by chance, are you in an area where you can, like, on your phone, maybe go to the website and look at the Kirgo, like, paintball gambling and kind of walk us through what's possible?
So I can just tell you.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Even better. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sweet.
So again, it's live. It's on the site right now. Okay. And so we have experts. We have paintball experts. Then we have experts within the sports book. We have all sorts of very extremely knowledgeable people within this. We're also taking this in a world that gambling has never been, right? So we're also taking this in a way where we have to take it kind of step by step and figure out what is best and what is truly functionable for the sport. Because again, no one's ever done this. And if they have, they've never done it to this degree. You know what I mean? So there's going to be varying options to gamble, ranging from, like earlier, we can rate who's going to win the match, right?
And I assume it's only going to be on pro games.
Correct. It's only going to be for professional paintball.
I know you said you have a team of experts in the paintball world. If there's anything, that we can do to make sure that this thing gets a smooth liftoff, we would love to.
100%. And anything that we can do where you guys would bring any asset to, which you guys 100% can do that. Being the teams are on, the experience you have in paintball, it would obviously anything could only help.
It's all love for paintball, man. And we care wholeheartedly about this sport. And I know you do as well. And it's a very exciting thing that you've brought to the attention of the paintball world, because I think there is paintball gambling in Colorado. Is that right, Mark?
That's what Tom says.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't been in Colorado to try it.
So that's like the only thing that the public has had the option of being able to utilize. And now with the birth of Kurgo and everything that you're doing with them, it's pretty impressive that that paintball players, will be able to have more fun and be more engaged in the game in this way.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. And now you can do it worldwide with Kurgo.com.
Tremendous.
Yes.
Yeah, God, I want to see what the platform looks like. Can you show us that? Can you kind of show us what, give us a little sneak peek on, say I wanted to go and bet that Houston Heat's going to win the entire thing. I want to see Houston Heat on there. I want to see what that looks like. That's a dope thing. It legitimizes us.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just
no rush.
Pull this up on my phone.
And then is there
sorry to put you on the spot. It's just, again, I don't know if you listened to the show in the past, but we've talked about the importance of this for a long time. Fantasy sports, gambling, being able to, again, just reasons for people to be more engaged. And inevitably, people that don't even know anything about paintball, if they use Kurgo.com to gamble on, basketball or football, they see paintball, that might interest them. They're like, wait, what's this? And go through and that you gain new viewers.
Yeah, and obviously we don't recommend that you gamble. And I even love what Mikki has on his Instagram. He the Shaken Hearts @ShakenHearts, the Instagram account for gambling and drug addiction, because I know Mikki helps a lot of people out that are going through tough times as well. And he's really been a huge spokesperson for shining a light in dark places and helping people out of dark times.
100%. Huge advocate for bettering your life, and as I am too, but he's very on top of it. He does a lot of work with people who are struggling with any situations, and it's huge stuff. Yeah.
He even goes to the Vegas tunnels and brings food to the homeless encampments and tells people, here's where it is, come help them, drop off food, help in any way you can, which is pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
He really is.
He's a good guy to have on your side. He's truly loving and caring, and
yeah,
he's a great
and he's
guy.
Bunkering everybody out there.
Watch your backs.
Speaking of that, the HK Army Street Ball event video just dropped today, and the voting for the summit is ending tomorrow. If you're listening to this, it ends Friday. On Friday, the voting ends. So if you have not already, please head on over to majorleaguepb.com and cast your vote there. And while you're at it, support the companies that support PTG. Show some love to everyone, whatever calls your heart. Give those votes, and let's support the paintball community. And I don't know if you saw that HK Street Ball event, but your bro was out there. Were you out there too?
I was out there too.
Yes.
So I flew to California. I was at work and I flew to California straight from work to go help him with some stuff he was doing. And he's like, by the way, Saturday we're going to this HK Street Ball event. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll bring my paintball stuff. And then we spent all night Saturday night doing stuff for him. Neither of us really slept at all for 3 days. Mm-hmm. And then we went on Sunday morning and we went to ASG and we played all day there, and then literally went from ASG to his house, shower, airport back. So it was
Boom.
incredible. The HK Street Ball was awesome. It was
Dude,
huge. It was mad fun.
The video looks crazy. It was like 60 v 60 out there, and you guys are just going ham out there.
It was
insane.
It was wild. He was having a great time. It's awesome to watch him because I played a little bit, but I also honestly I like to just watch people enjoy their life sometimes. And for me, any time spent with Mikki is just, for me, is phenomenal. So like if I could watch him play, he's like, yo, get on the field. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there in a second, no problem. And I don't have my stuff, and he gets on the field anyway, and I'm like, my bad, but then I watch him just have a great time and go AWOL. It's just truly enjoyable.
That's badass. Well, hey,
Nice.
dude, we cannot thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to join us on the show. If there's any way, I know that you're working hard on this project leading up into the 2024 season, and that's why I know it's hard to talk about a lot of the stuff you have going on, but as it breaks and as things develop, we would love to, help spread the awareness. So tag PTG and we'll show love for the projects that you've got cooking up there. And then also good luck on your season with semi-pro with Ology. Let's go.
Not too much though. I still got to root for Wrecking Crew.
You could root for them, and we'll even root for them as well until it comes head to head.
That's fair. That's fair. I will root for you guys until then too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. And then you be safe, dude, and we'll see you just in a few weeks out in Las Vegas. I think there's going to be a poker tournament too, or something like that. There's the award
Rainey was
ceremony.
Rainey's trying to cook something up on like the Wednesday. I feel like I'm sure he's talked to Mikki about it.
Oh yeah, they're
But,
working on
we'll see.
something.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll keep everybody posted, and everybody be safe out there. And thank you once again for tuning into the show. We appreciate it.
Awesome, guys.
Awesome.
Peace. Later, bro.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. If you enjoyed the show, please head over to ptgpaintball.com. Click the orange Patreon link in the corner and support the show. We greatly appreciate it. We have tiers as low as $1.99 a month. That is nothing, guys, and it'll give you access to the Discord where you get access to the players chat and get to mingle with the entire PTG community. We have tons of different pros in there. Tyler and myself are very active, and it's an amazing way to support the show. We also have amazing other tiers. If you want to be one of the best, want to be a GOAT, sign up for the GOAT tier. It's the greatest way to support us, and each month we do a private live stream show, one-on-one kind of thing, to where it's just the GOATs, and Tyler and myself will bring in some special guests every now and then, but you get to ask us questions in real time, live on the air, and you get lots of inside juicy news that we don't share on the show. So, as always, we will see you guys very soon.